What's up? What's up? What's happening? It's yours truly, Javon Freeman, back with another one. We'll start this off by saying add the Instagram page at v.o.n.experience. Give me a like, comment, share, subscribe. If you truly believe that you have everything it takes to be the best you, then you are ultimately betting on yourself. That's what this whole page is about. That's what this whole channel is about. If you've been here multiple times, you might as well give us a subscribe because we steamroll. I've taken some time off, going at it, little more lightlier than I have been in prior days. I've been doing a lot of traveling for work. I discussed that in previous videos. We're not going to watch the whole clip of what's going on. I'm not going to say or cap to you. I did watch some of this. But what he was saying in this is basically something that I had mentioned in one of my earlier videos when I started consulting Freeman Services. But I also understand that sometimes you need to hear the same thing from another person to see just how important this information is. I also want to add in before we get into this, hit the Cash App. I'm doing what I gotta do. The goal is to take all the money that is granted, donated, gifted from the channel and reinvest it back into the channel so I can get better equipment. Don't get me wrong, I'm also looking for another job, still going at it, just so I could get some more environments, change locations, and all that good stuff. But that's personal matters that is getting taken care of regardless of what's going on with the channel. What else? I want to get all the important stuff out before we get into this. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it. Basically, what he's going to get into is a lot of key information, pertaining towards finances and history, economics, and things of that nature, which is very important. A lot of people say are working hard, but they're working hard and aimlessly. You need to know where you're going, and the best way to know where you're going is to know where you've been. And he gets into that. I'm going to allude a little more into it, or I'm going to dive a little more into it if need be. I didn't watch all of it, but I listened about 2 minutes of what he had to say. I was like, yep, this is something that I think should go on the channel as well. Content creator Anton Daniels, link will be down in the description to give him credit and all that good stuff. Anything else? Gotta blow my nose. I'm under the weather. Temperature dropped. It was in the 60s 2 days ago, or the day before, it was in the 60s. Today woke up, I was able to see my breath in the air while I was in bed. It was cold. So my body's adjusting. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into this.
Last person on the totem pole.
All right, so let me give y'all a little bit of education when it comes to finances. I don't really talk about it as deep. Dedicated to it that we go over Monday through Friday, the Millionaire Morning Show, and we drop clips on the weekend. But we really talk about it as deep on this channel because we have a whole channel that's dedicated to it that we go over Monday through Friday, the Millionaire Morning Show, and we drop clips on the weekend. But what you've been experiencing over the last 4 years is a false narrative that's been perpetuated by the Biden administration when it comes to the amount of jobs that the economy was supporting. And when I say the economy, I'm talking about a natural economy, capitalistic economy, meaning that money is naturally circulating throughout the economy in the United States of America. And people are spending money, people are making money, people are creating jobs naturally instead of it being artificially propped up by the federal government. And so what you've seen in these jobs reports a lot of times is they will say, oh man, we gained all of these jobs. And then a month later, they would adjust it down when it wasn't as popular for the people to look at and say, actually, we only created this many private sector jobs. But if you looked at
Anton's absolutely right about that. When Democrats kept saying they created all these jobs, they said they created millions of jobs and whatnot. I think they reported they created like 2 million jobs when all of it was said and done. Like the jobs that got taken away, jobs that never fell through and all that good stuff. It was only around like 600,000 to 800,000 jobs for the entire nation. It is like 300 plus million people on average, supposedly. It's arguably more, but there's hundreds of millions of people in the nation. You only created a couple 100,000, and it's not all that great.
the jobs report, a lot of times most of them was coming from the federal government, meaning that the American taxpayers were really paying for a service that they wasn't getting, because most people that work for the federal government, as you see with USAID and stuff like that, they were not adding value. And so the taxpayers were basically paying for other people to feel like they have jobs that are worth something, and they were artificially propping up the economy.
Mm.
The reality is that they were overtaxing large corporations, they were pushing people out, they were pushing citizens out of the United States of America, and the only people that were getting rich during the Biden administration was the richest. And the people that
That is AKA scam work, scam behavior. When the actual workers aren't getting rich, you're scamming the nation.
were finessing. So what you see right now is what should have probably happened 20 years ago. We're right sizing the government.
To be so for real, last
I don't mind getting an ad. Oh my, hold on. Let me get through this. And I'll bring it back in a hot second. Alright, let me. I'm getting a lot better at this. I'm getting a lot smoother. I know y'all see the work. I'm getting a lot smoother with this. Yeah, boy. Yeah, son. You see that? B.O. baby betting on myself. I'm getting smooth with this. But listen, hit the cash app. Alright, that will be down in the description below as well. I'm trying to invest in all kinds of equipment, have me a nice little setup. Bada bing, bada boom. So after I work, come home, dedicate a little time to y'all, have a nice little setup so I can organize, maybe pre-plan. I do like not going off the script. I'll be honest, when the information is flowing, it is flowing on point. And the stuff I be talking about, and another reason why I've been sitting back is because these content creators are sitting back talking about things I've already said off the top of the dome. And, I'm just, they're talking about old stuff, past prior stuff. I like being up to date and showing y'all in real time how the information that's happening today can be translated so you can understand what needs to happen and what may happen and what is ultimately going to happen on an energetic standpoint tomorrow. Anyway, let's get back into this.
Is what should have probably happened 20 years ago. We're right sizing the government, meaning this actually happened during the Clinton administration. Wasn't as big, wasn't as deep. They actually created a task force to go and strip down all of the things that we didn't need, and root out the fraud. Because over time, the federal government grows and grows, and we never get rid of some of these departments. But most of our monies were going to places that were basically defrauded. The U.S. Treasury, as Elon Musk is documenting and indicating, was sending out payments, billions and trillions of dollars, to things that we didn't even authorize. We don't even know where it was going. We can't even find it. And hopefully they find these bad actors. But this is the way that you really should have been operating in the federal government. They should have been creating jobs naturally.
Take notes. This is the stuff I've been saying, but we'll let him talk. But this is me telling you, put your listening ears all the way on.
Meaning that we should have been incentivizing businesses to invest inside of the United States of America instead of pushing capital outside of the United States. And that's what Trump is doing. It's a two-headed monster, right? You have right sizing of the government by us rooting out all of the stuff that's not supposed to be here, forcing people to come back into the office and also participate in society, which that then spurs economic activity in our cities, and it gets people to going out, restaurants, games, buying clothes, doing things, public transportation, going to the gas station, buying snacks, all of these things, right? It stimulates the economy. And then on top of that, you incentivize when you get rid of all of the old jobs, and we also getting rid of all of the illegal migrants that are doing the AKA jobs that you don't want to do. And that's what then continues to push up inflation and makes things unaffordable and have less availability of homes and things. What you then will see is when you push economic activity out to the private sector and inspire people to build up their own businesses, build up their own communities, all of that type of stuff, people don't really understand the history of America. What incentivized people to grow was you had this guy over here and he ran the meat shop, and this guy over here, he was a clothier, and this guy over here, he worked for the bank, and this guy over here, he was a lawn care guy, and these guys over here, they were construction guys, and all of this stuff. And so you had more economic activity within cities, which then allowed for them to grow, which was supported by bigger industries that came in. And
I don't know what he's going to say after this. This is where I stopped at. But this is what I was telling you in prior videos. We suffer from wanting too much convenience. And I'm not sitting here saying that convenience is a bad thing. No, I still buy from Amazon. I like having my clothes shipped to my door. But now it doesn't change the fact that I can sit here and say, oh, nah, the guy up the street makes these clothes handmade. He got his own machinery, and I could try it on and it look good, and he might even custom tailor it for me. That's a whole nother conversation. But we end up sitting here saying, oh, okay, well, we don't want to go to the farmer's market because they got to charge a little more, but we'll go to the convenience store because they got all kinds of stuff there. And most of the times, it's a whole lot of stuff you don't need, a whole lot of processed foods anyway, and a whole lot of already prepared meals because people don't take the time to cook anymore. It's a shame. It's a shame how many women don't know how to cook. It's a shame how many men don't know how to cook. Fellas, take it from me. It ain't nothing. Listen, it ain't nothing that turns on you. Listen, man, that's how I know I'm set so far apart from my peers. You know what gets a woman going? Wait, she's been getting to know you. It's been months. And you say, babe, relax. I'm cooking tonight. She go, what? And you go, I didn't stutter. And you get in that kitchen. You break out that knife, you break out the cutting board, you got the pots heating up, you throw some oil up there, you throw the garlic in the pot early, you start chopping and slicing and dicing. You wash your hands in between because cleanliness is next to godliness, and she's sitting there looking at you like, this man never said he knew how to cook. She already decided she gonna take you down before the meal is even finished. Anyway, let's get back into this.
Invested in the United States of America. So what we needed was more private sector jobs. And when she mentions AI is not here to replace people. AI is here to fast track what we were already doing. So let's say, for example, I have AI, or we leverage AI in a lot of different ways in a lot of different capacities in our company, whether it be using it for thumbnails or fast tracking, putting together presentations and things like that. We don't get rid of people because we got AI. We increase our productivity within our company because it allows for us to create better, more faster. And so then that means that we can invest more money in bringing in people to create other jobs that can add value into what we're doing. Because AI, again, is not there to replace people. AI is there to make you more money. And so
Yep.
this is the mentality that people have to have. And instead of us saying, okay, you know what, we need to invest in AI machine learning as far as the different type of degrees, or we need more of this, we need more of that. People that, oh my God, they're going to replace us. No, it's going to be different jobs for people that are productive. People still need to eat. Still need to walk. People still need to do this. If you fill a void and you create a service, and hopefully we don't have any more of these propped up diversity, equity, and inclusion jobs, that would then put us in a position where we will be stronger economically and not using taxpayer money to artificially prop up the economy and
Yep.
pretend like we're actually creating jobs when in reality we just got a whole bunch of people doing nothing and getting tax money and running up the federal deficit. We need to be operating as surplus, making sure people build or create jobs, and incentivize small businesses to continue to thrive and continue to push forward. But unless we do that, then we're going to fall further behind, and then our kids are going to be the ones that pay for the sins of their parents. That's what's really happening. Let her cook, and then we're going to come back at the end and see if she got anything good to say.
We ain't getting into what she got to say. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Information will be in the description. Hit the Cash App. That will also be in the description as well. What else? What else? What else? Anything else? At the Instagram at the b.o.m.experience, the betting on myself experience. Are you a believer in you? Do you want to be the best you? Then bet on yourself as well. This was very interesting. Again, this is stuff that's already been said. Certainly go through my older videos. A lot of information on the channel already. Not slowing down because there's always going to be a new day. The sun has risen for thousands of years. It's going to keep rising. We may say tomorrow's not promised, but tomorrow is shown up time and time again. So anyway, let me know what you think down in the description. Email me. Business emails on the Instagram page as well. Email me videos you may want me to react to, you want my opinion on. Again, I am Consultant Freeman. My services are for you. hit the Cash App. Ciao.